Yo, what's good, YouTube? Lost 978 here with the Banlist that for March 2011. Yeah, that's my nice looking background right there. This is I'm gonna show you guys the Banlist. Yes, it's already been confirmed. I'll even give you the link to it if you guys down below. But I'll give you my thoughts and as to why I think Konami did what they did. And yeah, so let's get started. All right, sorry for the thing. All right, here is what's banned. What is banned? You guys don't think I can see that, but Yugioh Guardian is that Yugioh Forbidden. Yugioh Guardian, Cold Wave, Mass Driver. The head scratcher in this whole entire thing is Yugioh Guardian. No one knows why. It's a very splashable card, and pretty much every single deck is very powerful. But I think it really has to do with the new Exceed monsters that are coming out in around the spring summertime to promote the new Yugioh, series, Yugioh, which basically runs Exceed monsters, and I think Yugioh has something to do with it. So I can understand that. Cold Wave, Mass Driver. I am so happy that Cold Wave is gone. Cold Wave was such a powerful card. You even have one because if you're, especially against those decks that like to OTK as Swarm, they top like a Cold Wave, and then it's pretty much you're basically gone for the game because they're gonna just basically go all out of you without any thinking twice about doing anything. So yeah, Cold Wave, goodbye. Mass Driver. Mass Driver it wasn't really all of a broken card. It was really good with the FTK decks. I guess they decided to ban it because they're still out of control there. Because you can actually FTK with 6 Samurais with Mass Driver. So I guess I can understand that. Was limited. Honest, Dandelion, Kaloot, Book, and Gateway. Honest and Kaloot, I can understand why. Because right now in Japan, there's a starter deck coming out here in July. The Fairy starter deck is basically on agents and stuff. And it's up there with 6 Samurais and Blackwings. Those are the top 3 decks up there right now. And Plant is behind, but those are the top 3 decks. And I guess Honest Honest is doing work up there in the deck. And I guess honestly, if you limit Honest, then you always want to limit Dandelion. Not Dandelion, sorry. Kaloot. Those 2 are really good cards, and your opponent could just draw into it and then attack and just win games with it. Dandelion at 1 saw this coming. It was bound to happen. Plants still have all their support. They have their triple Black Rose still. Dandelion, I guess people are gonna be using Doppel Water now, but Dandelion was supposed to hit. It was too much. It was too good at 2, and I guess to put it back to the way it should be. Book of Moon, the head scratcher in all of this. I guess this is the second time Book of Moon has actually, been on the ban list. I've been limited on. Surprisingly, I guess Konami's decides to people are running 3 too much, and it's such a good card. It stops so many things. It's one of the most versatile Magic cards in the game. And Gateway to 6 Samurai, the pretty much obvious pick is this card was going to 1. Too good at 3. Just because Gateways have 1, yes, 6 Samurais are going to be a little bit slower, but they still have all their support. And in the next set, there's going to be more 6 Samurai support that Gateway at 1 is quite necessary. So for 2, you got 2 Card Troopers, 2 Christias, 2 Reaper, 2 Debris, 2 Tribute, 2 Overloads, 2 Megamorph, 2 Warnings, Solemn Warnings, and Icarus Attack. Hold on for me. John, put the thing back on. Card Trooper at 2. Well, Card Trooper, you guys remember or are familiar with the Troop Dupe scoop format, where Card Trooper was really, really insane. So I guess Konami decided to try it out too and see what happened. Trooper at 2, it's pretty good. And more importantly, we'll probably see Salvo decks. Salvo decks will get a push. Will benefit from this, as well as machine decks. And Plancel. And Light Swarm as well. Also, Christia at 2. Most people ran 2. Christia is such a good card. I honestly think they should have got limited to 1, just because it's so good. Actually in light decks, pretty much, if you summon it the majority of the time, you have a good chance of winning the game, because your opponent can't touch them at all. But I guess, like I said, fairies are wrecking up there, and I guess Christie coming too. So we're gonna see 2 Spirit Reapers. Spirit Reaper, maybe in the foreseeable future we'll see this card get unlimited, but right now I guess a 2, just because like there's so many things to get over Spirit Reaper. I mean Spirit Reaper, getting Spirit Reaper is right now Spirit Reaper doesn't really do that much really. It maybe saves you for like 1 turn. It can get pretty much abused by like Laura and so many other things. So Spirit Reaper at 2 does make a lot of sense. 2 the Grey Dragon at 2. Like I said to myself, if they don't hit Dandelion or Black Rose, then they're gonna hit the Grey Dragon simply because of the ability that it's so good. Just the ability to like get your Dark Souls, your Dandelions, your stuff, and just sync up the Black Rose. So the Grey Dragon at 2 makes much sense. I mean, most duelists usually ran 2, 3, but preferably 2. So I guess I'm gonna see how it goes. They still, like I said, Plantek still have their Black Roses. And, it's like Doppelwar if you played in Plantek. 2 Royal Tributes. I honestly thought this was going to be at 1. Royal Tribute is such a good card. Most Gravekeeper players play 2. Still have their Necro Valleys and stuff. And the fact that this deck, Royal Tribute, usually wins the majority. Like, if you open them with a Royal Tribute, you pretty much, with Necro Valley, you pretty much exactly win the game. So I guess it's not going to really do that much. Tribute at 2. Like I said, Japan doesn't even have a recruiter anyway, so Japan and Konami don't even think this wasn't really big much. But rest to show you, when they get recruiter, this is how you're gonna go to 1 or banned. Trust me. 2 Overload. Like I said, again with the Troop 2 format, this is how you bring back some machines and stuff. At 2, it makes sense. There's not really a bunch of dark machines out there than Chimera Tech. We'll see where this goes. Megamorph. There's a lot of destruction right there, and really with a lot of like backward stuff going on, nobody really plays equip decks no more, like Matasso, TK, Demise. So bringing this back at 2 is pretty much needed. Stuff like that. So yeah, Solemn Warning at 2. I honestly knew this was gonna go to 2. It wasn't gonna go to 1 because it just came out and a couple months prior to that, and most people ran 2. I mean, everybody started running 3 just this month. So it really didn't make any sense to put it at 1 when, most players here and in Japan ran 2 until 600 became big, and they decided to put it at 3, and the people play 3. So Solemn Warning at 2 is effective. Icarus Attack, this was bound to happen. Icarus Attack was going to get hit one way or another. Besides the fact that it's good in Black Wings, but it's also good in Dragoon decks still come out because, they work well with Winged Beast. And Icarus Cat's such a good card, and it pretty much stops a lot of things. And I set 2. You see, if I'm gonna set a back row on a monster, and you set 2 cards, and then you hit a giant phase, or when you activate Icarus Attack, blow up your 2 cards. So there goes right to your setup plays. So yeah, with unlimited 3 Chaos Sorcerers, this probably do good in Twilight decks, and give Canton probably run my Chaos control. Now that Chaos Sorcerer is back at 3. 2 really didn't do much because right now in this format, Chaos Sorcerer is pretty slow. So, pretty much like that. Dumb dog. Sorry, my dog's being weird. 3 Demise. No one really plays Demise OTK decks anymore due to the fact that Advanced Ritual Art is still at 1. So, you won't see this, Demise at 3. It makes sense. Because, like I said, the Demise won't be really that good unless, Advanced Arts goes to 2. But since it's only at 1, it's not really all that good. 3 Snipe Hunter. This was bound to happen. Snipe Hunter wasn't doing much in the format other than going over Stardust and stuff. And all that. So, Snipe Hunter at 3 makes sense. The Warden, I'm not sure why they put this at 3. But I'm not really sure. But maybe we'll expect to see Facial TK get a lot more support now. 3 Gold Sark. Again, this wasn't really as broken when it was back in the Lightsworn format when there was double JD and everything, and Dark Armor was at 2. So this makes sense that why this is back here at 3. So everything got limited, and right now Gold Sark is pretty much slow now that people run Pod Dualities out. 3 Skill Drain. We'll probably see a lot of freaking Dimension Miatos with anti-meta decks now. The ultimate offerings make a lot of sense. This was really good in the gadget OTK deck with Troop 2 Scoop. So we'll see when this going on. But in my opinion, this ban list seems pretty fair. There's only 2 head scratchers in this entire thing. There being a Book of Moon and Yugioh Guardian. Other than that, this ban list looks really pretty good, actually. Pretty good. Right, a lot solid. Right now, like, I expect Frogs, Fish OTK, GVs, X-Savers until September, and Six Samurais are going to be the tier decks right now. But the decks that really fail, that really lose out, is basically Blackwings. Pretty much with Blackwings, maybe a light Swarms, and Plants due to the fact that Dandy and Debris are at 1 and 2. So, and honestly, right now, if you guys are wondering why did they hit any of the X-Saver cards, let's face it, guys. Konami does not have Dark Souls. Japan does not have Dark Souls, Bogard Knights, or any of that stuff. So X-Saver is not really really dangerous up there. So, but when Japan does get recruiters, or when Japan gets the recruiters, the Dark Souls, and all that, the next ban list, I can guarantee you, there's a good chance that you're gonna see favorites get hit, and also as well as Six Sams and stuff. So you Six Sams and X-Saver players, enjoy this format while it lasts, because when the next ban list hits, those decks are gonna get flushed down the toilet. This is Long Soldier 978, guys, and hope you enjoy the ban list. The link's down below if you want to check it out for yourselves. Deuces.